Good morning. It's 7:31 now at KXL.
This is a KXL News Alert.
With sports at 15 and 45, I'm Jay Allen.
Now, Bill O'Reilly's Talking Points on KXL.
Your first choice for news. News Radio 750 KXL.
There are hundreds of great reasons to visit Farmington Gardens.
I'm a year-round gardener, so I always want to come and find something new.
Farmington Gardens will help you create the garden of your dreams.
And so when I come to Farmington Gardens, they have something every season of the year.
Ideas and imagination grow at Farmington Gardens too.
I like to come here just on a nice day and wander around. When it's early spring and you can't really do any gardening outside, you can come down here and just dream.
Just a short drive out Farmington Road in Olola. Farmington Gardens, we're growing for you.
I'm Steve Leader.
And I'm Rebecca Marshall.
A late night crash is blamed on alcohol.
Just a few high clouds through the day today and then tonight.
We have a KXL traffic alert at 7:30.
Prices on existing homes are now projected.
Your first choice for news. News Radio 750 KXL.
In the Garden with Mike Darcy is brought to you in part by Moen Machinery, a Portland tradition since 1947, Meta, the active ingredient in Corey's and Deadline, Black Gold, all the riches of the earth, and Marquee, your casual living store. For the My Garden segment for this week's show, I thought I would feature 3 plants that really look outstanding in my garden right now. One of them is one we've actually featured before, but it wasn't in bloom. But before we get to the flowers, I want to talk about the foliage, because a regular peony would look like this. This would be the foliage from most peonies. Now take a look at this one. This peony is called Molly the Witch. The foliage is very, very different. There's a comparison between the two. So when I first saw this plant, I wasn't even sure it was a peony. But now it is in full bloom. You can see the yellow flowers right here. Very, very pretty. And inside is even nicer when you take a look at that. I've got lots of buds on it right here. This plant will, when it's through blooming, it'll be green all summer, and then it really does have nice fall color. Once again, it's a little hard to find, but well worth the search. Likes full sun. It's called Peony Molly the Witch. And for plant number 2, I'm going to pick a rhododendron. This is rhododendron. Actually, it was given to me by some friends in Salem, Dave and Pat Eckert. It's rhododendron pachysanthum. And when you look at this plant, I think the name gets from the foliage here, the color of the foliage. It looks a little bit perhaps like an elephant. You can see the new growth coming out is very gray. It's a very hardy rhododendron. This is not yet bloomed, so I can't tell you the color. But take a look also at the endomenum underneath it. So it's really quite pretty when you look underneath the leaves. So you've got this gray foliage on top, the new growth which is coming out, which is gray, and then you have this endomentum underneath. Really, really nice plant. Once again, this one might be a little hard to find, but I think well worth a search. It's rhododendron pachysanthum. And this is the area actually leading into the back part of our garden. We have an arbor here, a metal arbor. And growing on the arbor, we have a Arctic Beauty, kiwi, and a Staunthonia. Now, we featured the kiwi maybe a month or so ago, and at that time, I said the leaves do change in color. You get some pink on them. And now we can actually show it. But you can see here the leaf itself. This is a leaf that is just solid green, nothing on it. Then if you look up here, I believe there's one, right here, that is white and with a tinge of pink. You can see it right here. And then you can look here and you see how the pink gets even a little bit darker. So you have the leaf begins green, then it goes white, and then it goes pink. And you'll notice on this plant, as well as Molly the Witch peony out in front and a lot of other plants, these holes in here in the leaves, that's hail damage. If you recall, we had quite a bit of hail this last week, and that's what that is. And the other thing about this kiwi is it is blooming right now. And you can see I've got a lot of flowers right here. Since I only have one plant, and I don't know if it's a male or female, I won't get any fruit, but it is kind of pretty just to see the flowers here in bloom. And then mixed in with this, I have a Staunthonia, And the foliage of that, let me find one here, is going to be a little bit different. Right here, this is the Staunthonia foliage right here, and the flowers of it are also white, but they have kind of a brownish color inside, as you can see right there. And this will actually set some fruit. We've had fruit on the Staunthonia for the last couple years. So you can see this plant, both of them grow together here. The Arctic Beauty Kiwi does like a little bit of shade. So in the hot summer sun, if you have it someplace where it gets the really late afternoon sun, sometimes the foliage will burn. But it's a great plant to have because you get the different variations on the leaf, the flower, and then as you can see, I have it mixed with the Staunthonia, and they've almost overtaken this arbor. So there's several plants in my garden right now that I think look really great.